Hi there guys, Dana Alexander here with Prestige Dog Grooming School and the Everyday Pet Groomer. I had a request, I'm sorry, I can't remember who requested it, but they wanted to see how I deal with my pet poodle ears. Poodle ears can be so big and unruly, and where's that balance between, just tidying them so they turn into giant top knots on the side of their heads, or where you tidy them so much that they're kind of like round sculpted balls on the side of their heads. Neither one is a great look. So I don't know, this is how I deal with it. Again, this is on my pet trims. So this was a request that someone had. We started growing out this guy's top knot for the school. So his top knot's not quite full yet, but it's going to be here shortly. Let me just show you guys him quick. So we got Urban here. We did a live on his top knot, I think 2 weeks ago. So you can see we actually still need about 2 inches coming up the top. If you look at a side view, he's a bit mushroomy looking. And from a front view, we're very mushroom looking because see, we're actually missing 2 inches on the top. So we are growing him out. So he's going to be super beautiful looking here shortly. And you see I've got one ear and one ear not done for you guys. So I'm going to switch you over to a different cameraman and I'll tell you guys how I tend to like to deal with these things. Let me just turn him around a bit. Here, let's see if he'll sit down for us. Come on, sit, buddy. There you go. Good boy. Actually, he'll probably lay down. He's kind of a lethargic guy. Oh, he's such a good boy. Okay, he's been used in our school for a long time, so he's a very chill guy. So I want to make sure everything's combed out first. I've also clipped the inside with a 40, just around the ear canal. And then I want to make sure everything's combed. Now remember that with our top knot, we came in and separated ear and top knot, okay? So that's your first step. You got to make sure there's a clear separation, okay? There are owners that like the ears into the top knot. That's perfectly fine. You can do that too. But the correct way is to have a separation. So if you're doing a poodle ear like that, you'll see that this guy's had mats and he lives in a boarding kennel with the breeder. So he's always playing. There's dogs chewing his ears up and stuff. They're on raw food, so sometimes he's missing a big chunk because he got food on it and ate it. So that's pretty typical with poodles. You get this unruly, poofy ear. Okay, my first step that I like to do, let me grab my 5-in-1s here. I'm going to use my Wall Bretto 5-in-1s. And what I like to do first is I like to dust the inside. So I'm just have it on a 40 blade and I'm just lightly dusting. I'm just sculpting everything away. This is a really nice way to do it without shaving the inside of the ear. But this is also going to save me scissoring this huge layer in here. This is going to make it smaller and more reasonable to deal with. So I don't have a ton in there to do because I do this all the time. So now I'm left with this ear that actually rests nicely. Still very poodly looking, but that saves me a ton. Now what I like to do is tame in this blended area. So you could come in and scissor this. We could come in and scissor. But my general favorite way, again, you guys will hear me preach it all the time, that if you can do it with clippers, do it with clippers. It's faster, easier, and you get a very high quality result. So I'm going with my Wall 5-in-1 on a 40 blade. And I'm just going to dust. I want you guys to see that side view. I'm just dusting. See how we're just dusting? I'm just dusting all the unruly ends. I don't want to end up layering all this a ton. I just want to give it that perfect look. But also by going with the direction I want the hair to lay, this is what's going to happen when he shakes his head out and everything. It's still going to go back to laying really nicely. What I'm going to do at the bottoms is start to taper them in. So see how I'm starting to change the angle and come in? I'm going to go all the way around, do it all the way around the back as well. And I'm holding his head so I can kind of feel when he's going to make a movement. And if he does, I just give him a little, hey, stop. Coming around. And see that side view? We can start to see where we want to touch up. Coming in. And all I'm doing is rounding everything. Remember, since we took that inside layer out, we're just working on this outside layer. I like to come in now with my comb and pull out this front layer, so the front of the ear. Make sure that layer is popping out. Okay? And then I like to come in and just lightly dust that Changing my angle to come around. And see how we're starting to get that perfect ear? Just very light, little at a time, guys. And again, you could scissor it like this too. But that's my first step. And then I like to come in with my shears afterwards and just sharpen up the bottom. But once I've done it this way, I mean, there's not much for me to do. I'm just cleaning it up. And then I don't have so much bulk. You guys sometimes get these ears that are like, whoo. And the reason is you need to take that inside layer out. If you take that inside layer out, you're gonna have an ear that's more tamed, that sits better for you. Now, you'll notice we actually have this layer on the inside that we need to deal with. So I like to comb that out and come down and deal with that. Again, the inside of our ears is extremely reasonable to deal with because we dusted it all out already. Lay it down. Give it a good comb out. Now I like to give it a little fluff just to see what it's gonna look like when he's kind of playing and running around. And then for me, if you guys look straight on, I think in here is a little bit untidy. So I like to come back in and tidy that. Comb out. And I'm gonna come back this way and just keep on tidying. But little bits at a time. Then comb. And then you should have a very nice, tidy poodle ear. And then I can come back and do the same to my other ear. So if you want to, you can leave them, you can do them even more sculpted and continue. But that's how I like to do my poodle ears. It's very quick, simple. And see, I can have a little bit up here, I can blend, go back over. But what happens is when he shakes out, that ear is gonna stay really, really nice and will lay back down. So that's why I like to do it that way, with that little bit of dusting and then layering. It just adds that little bit of something. Whereas you guys all know when you do your perfect poodle ears and you just trim the bottom, then they go and shake when the owner gets there and it's like this giant frizzy mess. So that's how I like to do my poodle ears. This side I still need to get the inside layer. So see the difference is this side, I have not dusted in the inside yet. Do you see the difference in how it lays against the face? You see the difference between dusting that inside layer first? So I'm gonna come in and dust the inside layer here and then you'll be able to see the difference. So again, coming with my 40, and I'm just gonna dust out. And now we're not shaving the inside, I'm just dusting it out so it's gonna lay against his head nicer. And now what that does is you don't end up with owners who are like, you shaved my dog's inside ear. But what it does is you see how it's already starting to lay nicer against his head? And then I can come in and finish his ear off. And then he's got gorgeous poodle ears. Coming on this side, and with your 40, dust it off. And this is super quick and easy, and the ears end up looking great. And they actually last really long as well. They don't mat as much because they don't have that inside layer to get all tangled. How many of you guys have brushed out poodle ears and his inside layer is all matted? So this helps with that. Okay. So that is how I like to do my poodle ears, quick and easy, super cute, not too big, but still very poodle-y looking, still balanced with his top knot. We are growing out this top knot, but so you'll see this guy back in future videos. I'm Dan Alexander with Prestige Dog Grooming School and the Everyday Pet Groomer, and I hope those tips helped you guys out. Have a great day.